Rebuttal in support of intelligent design, ID. The claim that intelligent design, ID, lacks scientific legitimacy and is effectively dead is a sweeping generalization that overlooks the ongoing and rigorous debate within both scientific and philosophical communities. It is essential to address the arguments against ID with precision and clarity. 1. Fine-tuning of the universe. The fine-tuning argument asserts that the conditions necessary for life are so precisely calibrated that the likelihood of them occurring by chance is astronomically low. The argument is often misunderstood and misrepresented. Existence of untuned states. The assertion that fine-tuning is invalid because there are no observable untuned states misunderstands the nature of the argument. Fine-tuning refers to the precise values of physical constants and initial conditions of the universe. While we cannot observe alternate realities with different constants, theoretical physics allows us to model and predict the consequences of varying these constants. These models consistently show that even slight deviations result in a universe incapable of supporting life. Mechanism for adjustment. The absence of an observable mechanism to adjust the universe's constants does not invalidate fine-tuning. Fine-tuning is an observation about the current state of the universe, not a claim about its past manipulability. The analogy of tuning a guitar is not directly applicable, as it conflates human-designed systems with the fundamental constants of nature. False dichotomy. The claim that fine-tuning presents a false dichotomy between chance and an intelligent designer overlooks the probabilistic nature of the argument. Fine-tuning does not exclude natural mechanisms, but rather highlights the improbability of life-permitting conditions arising purely by chance. This improbability leads some to infer design as a plausible explanation, much like inferring an author when encountering a coherent book. 2. Irreducible complexity and the flagellum. Irreducible complexity, particularly as illustrated by the bacterial flagellum, has been a focal point of criticism. Behe's criteria and evolutionary experiments. It is claimed that Behe's criteria for falsifying irreducible complexity have been met, specifically through experiments that purportedly demonstrate the evolution of the flagellum. However, these experiments often involve the presence of pre-existing genetic information and mechanisms that allow for adaptation within a designed framework. The evolutionary steps observed do not necessarily demonstrate the emergence of a completely new, irreducibly complex system from scratch, but rather the modification of existing structures. Predictive power of evolution. The argument that irreducibly complex systems could evolve was indeed a prediction by some evolutionary biologists. However, demonstrating this in specific, complex systems like the flagellum remains contentious. The incremental steps required for such evolution often invoke co-option and exaptation, which, while theoretically plausible, lack comprehensive empirical support in many cases. 3. Accusations of dishonesty. Accusing proponents of ID, such as Michael Behe, of dishonesty, is an ad hominem attack that does not address the substance of the arguments. Scientific discourse should focus on evidence and logical reasoning rather than personal attacks. The persistence of ID proponents in their arguments suggests a genuine belief in their position, supported by their interpretations of scientific data.